Hi guys, Ghost Raven here. Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. We're going to jump straight into where we left off the last time, and we're going to just have a look at an overview of our city, make sure everything's kind of running smoothly, and maybe just buy some more territory and expand on our residential, bring some more people into the city. Just want to see what sort of problems we're having now, so let's just run the simulation and we can have a look and see. So it's saying that we are running out of vehicles. This is our tram line, so we need to put in another tram station, I think. So I'm going to go to the tram depot, excuse me, and I'm going to add another train depot here right next to this one. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add the tram lines as well to the road so the trams can get in and out. And I'm just going to remove the parking on the sides of the roads by just putting grass on either side of the roads. And this should give us a whole bunch more. And that'll allow some of the trams from this to return back to for a little bit of maintenance, because they seem to be quite busy and quite used at the moment. Okay, 37% and 11%. It's not absolutely fantastic, but it's not too bad either. And our airport line is 29% used. Our green line, which is, what's our green line? I can't remember what our green line is. That's around our industrial area, so that's actually picking up quite a bit of people as well and moving quite a few people around, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's have a look what we want to do. So we'll probably start developing out here, but we have started development here, so maybe we just carry on development with this section. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the road infrastructure here. So we can probably fit in here another 2 only. That's okay, it's better than nothing. And I'm just going to use this new tool to drag out the entire road network in one go. Look how amazing that is. Okay, and I know that we are going to be putting in a park over there, and that'll just make people a little bit happier, give them a little bit of place to go and exercise and get rid of some of their daily stress in their lives. Very stressful life living in the city, unfortunately. I don't know why, but it seems to be. Okay, and then we seem to be having a problem with not enough customers with some of these buildings. So if you click on these buildings, you will see that this is the food and it's the lodging. So basically it's the hotels for tourists. So we can try and help that along in a few ways. So we're going to do is we're going to go to the city information, we're going to go to city policies, and over here we've got something called city promotion. It says advertising increases the city's attractiveness, which brings in more tourists. This unfortunately also increases the crime rate around tourist attractions, which is fine because we've got an amazing police station and a police force, and we can keep that under control. And while we're here, we might as well put on the advanced pollution management, and what that does is that just puts in the air filters and decreases the pollution in the city. We don't need to worry about importing city services. We're providing enough of that for our citizens ourselves. We're not worried about the pre-release program at the moment. And the taxi fare we're going to raise to the maximum just because we can, and we don't want people using taxis. We want people to use the public transport rather, as in the buses and the trains, to be able to get into the city. So let's kind of have a look and see how our train's doing, train station on this side. It's got 115% efficiency, which is fantastic. And then we want to just have a look at how much is being used. It's not being used at all. You don't really have very many people coming into the city. Okay, and I am going to rezone some of these areas. I know that I want to change these to medium residential mixed use zones. So I'm going to right click and just remove those, and I'm going to delete the houses that are in there. Unfortunately, those people will be homeless for now, but when we put in the larger facilities, the larger buildings, they should be able to move back in, and it's not going to be too much of a problem. The simulation is running at normal speed, so I'm going to put it in quite quickly. Just want to make sure we get some nice sized buildings, 6x6 blocks. Perfect. And then we're going to add a little bit of detailing like we normally do. So I want to add some of these coconut palm trees, reduce the distance, bring it up by 1, and then use this to evenly space out the trees, make sure we've got the right age, and we can draw on those trees over there. Okay, pretty cool. And then the same thing over here. So I'm going to remove excuse me, all the residential zones from there and there. I want to remove the interleading roads, remove some of these houses. They will disappear on their own, but I'm just helping speed up the process a little bit. And the same thing with the side, and we're going to just delete the rows. And if I drag and click, if they're longer, they're the same sizes, they should drag and delete all the ones in that row. Okay, and we know we're going to put in some better parks, so we're going to put in that park over there, and we're going to put in that park over there. And the same thing, I'm going to bring in some mixed use. It's already breaking. So pause the simulation and just wait and then let it do its thing again. Amazing. Okay, and just while we're here, we're going to do the detailing as we go through. Add some trees. Make it prettier. And the same thing here, so we're going to zone in the new buildings. That's not the right size. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And the same thing, align tool again. Just bring in. There we go. Okay, so it's everywhere where we're coming off from the highway and we've got a lot of traffic coming into the city. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to right click and I'm just going to remove all those houses there. I'm going to remove the roads and I'm just going to let it run in the background and let the houses be demolished by themselves. Okay, so we're going to expand out in this area. I think what we want to do is you also want to bring in another highway connection. So excuse me, I'm going to buy some tiles. I'm going to buy these 6 for now. Yeah, I think we're just going to start with that, and I'm going to extend this highway out. Let's just make sure it's 180 degrees and it snaps straight like that. And then just before I get to the end, I'm just going to drag it off. So now it's created another connection to a city called Saddle Rock. So if we run the simulation a little bit faster, we should start getting traffic coming from the city. And because we now have that, I want to add a bus route to that city as well. So while those buildings are being demolished, you can see they're being demolished over there. We're going to add another bus route to our new city that we just added. So we can use this terminal here. I don't know why it's not letting me select it. Let's try that again. Because we're on the wrong thing. That would make perfect sense. Can't select something that's not the right tool. Okay, so there we go. And then bring this back to here. Perfect. And before it starts assigning any buses, I just want to go in and change it. So make the ticket price free. I want to make an electric bus, less noisy, less pollution. And I'm going to make it like a yellowish line. Okay, so now we have another bus line. Let's see how many vehicles we've got assigned to the 6. I don't know if that's going to be too many, but we don't really have many people coming in here, so maybe just drop it down by 1 for now. I think we still have plenty of capacity on our bus depot. We're using 22 out of 35 buses, so we've got plenty of availability. Our taxi depot, although on the other hand, needs a little bit of attention, I think. So I'm hoping we can fit in another. Look at that, another 5 buildings there. That's taken the capacity up quite a lot, so it's going to send cars out straight away. And we didn't remove the pedestrian crossings from these roads and the intersections, which I want to do. There we go. Okay, and then I want to add the prison out on this little island out here that we've bought for it. It's going to be our little prison island. So let's just see how big the prison asset is. So the prison asset is this one over here, and it's quite big. So if it looks like there's something on the island there, you can see I can't place it because there's something on the island. So we're going to have a look what that is. I'm just going to put that down over there for now, just to see what the asset looks like. And then we've got something weird here. So it's an old mill ruins, actually. We're just going to leave it on the island for now. And what we do need to do is bring a road across. So I'm not going to bring a very big road across. I'm going to just run a little alleyway up the side of the prison road, and then maybe just bring out a slightly bigger road, not that big, like that big. And then what we can do is we can just get an idea of where we are. Okay, so because we've put this big water pumping station in, I'm going to remove these smaller ones. We don't need them. We've got more than enough capacity with the big one now, so I'm just going to remove this alley road. Sure, that poor garbage truck's going to be a little bit confused. It's like, hey, we let everything go, and I'm going to move this along because we do have plenty of space. There we go. Okay, now that gives us a little bit more space to work with. So maybe we can, because the highway does come off here, I don't think I want to be... maybe we can push the highway right over the river, bring it down that side, or for the moment I'm just going to bring a normal road across. I think I'm just going to do a normal road across for now. Okay, so where are we going to go? We're going to go from about here, I think. So I'm going to draw it out a little bit. Then I'm going to increase the height of it. And I'm going to drag it across the river, make sure it's 180 degrees, have a look at the pylons, where the support pylons are going to be, bring the road back down to ground level, and then I can bring it into there. So hopefully we've got a road connection, which immediately gives us electricity and water and sewage to the prison. There are some upgrade facilities here, so this, what does this do? Increases the number of prisoners that can be housed in the prison and increases the prisoners' well-being and preparing them for life outside the prison. So let's give them a better chance. And you can see our little bridge over the river, over the waters, quite pretty. Okay, and I'm going to remove these intersections that are coming off the highway, just that it increases the traffic flow from that side, and I'll keep it there. We're not going to have pedestrians, so I'll just have the pedestrian cross there, and I'll keep the intersection there. Perfect. Okay. So how are we doing with communication out the side? Not doing very well at all. We don't need anything right now. I am going to put a mailbox out here, just that we do have some mail coverage. Okay, perfect. So our prison's in. Maybe we should have hooked it up on this side. But I do want to put some more crops in. So let's have a look where we do have some fertile soils. We do have a lot of fertile soil out this side. So we can put in some crops out this side. There may be some more livestock farming, because I was looking at the production of the livestock. So our wood is a bit low, and our oil is a bit low, and our livestock is a little bit low. So just prepare for the future, make sure we can produce enough so that we have more than enough for our city. Okay, so how is this bus line doing? It doesn't seem to be too busy, so let's go and have a look at that line. It's the purple, the pink one. Well, it is 52. So I'm going to add another 2 more vehicles for now. I think this is primarily where people will be coming into the city from, if they are going to be coming in from anywhere. Okay, perfect. And then I just want to buy a few more tiles out the side, so we can expand out this way. So maybe I'm just going to buy all of those. That's quite a lot, but it gives enough space to bring out the 12 grid and then to wrap the highway around. We don't need this railway line here anymore, so I'm going to remove that. I'm going to have to zoom in there. I can't grab it nicely. We'll probably have to rework this. So maybe bring the line in here and bring it in under the road, under the highway, and then we can wrap it into the main railway line that's under the road. Okay, so that's taking shape. So let's bring this out a little bit more. So let's see how much we've got and how much we need to go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we want to do 12. So we're basically halfway there. So I'm going to come out another 6 this way. Go like that. I've actually lost count now. I think that's what that was, 5. It's supposed to be 5. But I messed that up. Okay, so just be careful of measurements. I think it's 1 short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more actually. So my calculations were completely out. Okay, so now once we've got these side ones in, we should be able to speed up this process quite dramatically. So I'm going to go 3. Seems to be okay and lining up, which means we can pretty much do the rest in one go, which is absolutely fantastic. No, I almost messed that up. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. So I'm going to remove the current fauna and flora that's on this property or in this land. So I'm going to choose the snapping, make sure the brush strength is set to 100%, make the brush size nice and big. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove all the trees that are in the space. Just make sure we don't go over any of the trees that we have planted ourselves. Just the ones that are in our grid structure in our city. We can place any trees that we do want of our own in the city when we build it. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and then I'm probably going to do another one over here. So we're going to have 4 in total. I should have more, the ability to have a lot of people living in the city. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Okay, so we want to bring out this highway, extend this highway out a little bit more. So make sure we're on the parallel. Make sure it's 180 and just bring it to the end of the screen for the territory that we have. And I'm just going to close it off. Okay. Now that we're on the roads, I just want to check road maintenance. I want to see how we're faring and what road vehicle maintenance we've got, facilities we've got, and capacity we've got. So we've got 3 at the moment. And not all of our roads are 100% in the green. So I want to add another one out here, and I'm going to upgrade that with more capacity for more trucks. I want our roads to be in perfect condition, less chance of road accidents, less medical emergencies because of it. It's a win-win situation for everybody, so definitely the way to go. Okay, so I don't know if I want to keep this completely lower residential. Maybe we start bringing in some medium residential as well, but I don't want to start expanding the city too much. There's not a lot of public transport access into this section of the city yet. We haven't set any of that up. And we can probably bring in another 2 or another row here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some more lumber. Some more wood. So let's go out another one here, I think. Perfect. Excuse me. And then use the same tool to put the trees in, to take them out, and to put them in. So right click, just remove them for now, because we want to put our own trees in here. Excuse me. Okay, perfect. And I just want to remove the interleading roads in here. We have missed a few of the trees there, so I'm just going to try and go in. There's a bush or 2. Okay, perfect. Then the same tool, and we're going to choose pine. Excuse me. I'm going to leave it at 200% brush size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start painting in these trees. Try and do them as quickly as I can. Try to make them as dense as I can. The denser, the more lumber. The easier it is, the more resources there is on the map for them to collect. This does cost us money. can see our money is counting down quite quickly, but we do have plenty. We are sitting on 13 million, so I'm not too concerned about cash at the moment. So this is just drawing in the trees. I've got that mod that allows me to put in age trees, that tree controller. So normally you'd be putting in saplings and you'd have to wait years for the saplings to grow. But I am not waiting for that. I am putting in the trees. They're not completely 100% mature. I think they are mature, but they're not aged. Yeah, also the elderly trees. I'm not quite sure what the difference is. I would think for lumber, the mature trees are probably better. So those are the ones that I'm using and putting in. Okay, so I'm just going to draw in some of this over here. A little bit of a process, but I want to get it right so that you have nice amounts of lumber when you do put the lumber mills in, or the foresters at least. Okay, cool. So there we go. So I'm going to choose the forestry, and I can see where the circle is. So maybe we should come from this road, and we can just hook up with that road. Got plenty of space. I'm not using nearly any of it, but at least it's something for now. Wasn't happy with me there for a second. Okay, use a specialized industrial tool and then just drag the areas and then just fill out the space that we've just allocated for it. Okay, that should double our lumber production. Just going in and making sure I'm using all the space that's available. Wait, okay, there we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Put in another one over here. Hook it up to that road, I think. There we go. And then I'm going to just do the same thing. Hook it up to electricity and water and sewage. And I'm going to extend it out that way. Just putting in the nodes and getting the nodes right so that you are maximizing the space completely. Now our wood production should be a lot better. So we're producing double of what we need, I think. Yeah, exactly double of what we need. So future-proofing, which is fantastic. Maybe we can bring some more residential, low residential beachfront properties down on this side. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Okay, so let's start developing this a little bit. So I know that I want to probably put in another university here, although our university capacity doesn't seem to be a problem at all, and we do have the space over here. So maybe we must just maximize the space that we have on this side. So we can mimic what we do on this side, but over on this side as well. So we can run the lower residential. So I'm going to add a few more lower residential. I'm just going to paint in 2 blocks. Sorry guys, just give me a moment. See, it's very chilled, got money coming in, just developing slowly. There's no rush for anything, there's no immediate need for anything, there's no emergencies. Just nice, chilled, relaxing, being able to just have fun, chill, play games and relax. That's the whole purpose of playing a game like this. I have plenty of other games for excitement, so this for me is more relaxation than anything else. Listening to the cool tunes and watching your city grow, watching your city thrive actually. Okay, so normally we would have the university in here, which would have another row of lower residential before it gets into the city. But I think I'm going to mimic the other side. So let's put in another that's going to be next to the school, just like those. And we'll bring in some more medium residential over here. But now I'm going to stop bringing in the bigger buildings. If it uses the bigger buildings, sometimes it's a little bit stubborn and doesn't want to use the bigger buildings. Okay, and I can bring in a little bit of offices just to create some jobs in the immediate area for people that do live in the area. I'm going to do high density. Okay, and then we can probably bring in offices on this side as well. There's a little bit of demand, so there's a good possibility it'll make it a bigger building. Didn't use the full space, so I preferred if it made a bigger building, then it made a bigger building, and I don't mind if it does that. That's great. Okay, and then we want to look at this. We've got a couple of things that we haven't actually put in. So we've got this Rubik apartments, which I think we'll put into the other zone. This is a residential glass-walled monolith that reaches almost impossibly high into the sky. So I think we're definitely going to want to add that. And we've got these Ember Suites, a luxury home on top of clothing store, updated wardrobe downstairs. So attractiveness city worldwide, bring more people into the city, and help with these struggling businesses over here. So let's have a look. So they are food and they are lodging. So we've added that attractiveness to the city and it didn't do anything. So let's go and give them a bit of a tax break, right? So we're going to go into commercial and we're going to be very specific. So we know that it is food. So anything that's food is going to be, there's going to be no tax, and anything that is lodging, there's going to be no tax. So that should help those buildings, even though they're not having or getting a lot of customers. See, the efficiency is 134%. So I don't really know why there's not enough. So there's only 3 rented rooms. There's too many hotels. There's not enough people in the city. I would have thought with the airports and with the train, we'd have some tourists coming in. So, okay, yeah, I just want to make sure we do have the city promotion on. Okay, so, and we do have a tourist attraction over there. Maybe it's not enough. So we were looking at these buildings. So I'm going to take this Ember Suites, I think, and I want to add the Ember Suites over here. Add that in. And I want to add a little bit more space. So I'm going to kick a lot of people out. I'm going to put in a park right in between, like we did on the other side. It's not fantastic, but it's creates a little bit of noise proofing and makes it less noisy for the people that live there. And it adds a little bit more green space, keeps people happy. Okay, and then we're going to use the line tool, and I'm going to do the same thing again. Just make sure the trees are the right age. And draw in the 2 over here. We do have a tree there, it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. And line tool, and draw in the next row of trees. Okay, and I think I'm just going to put in high density offices. And we can just see what buildings form. Wow, it looks like it's going to be a big building on the corner there. I think that's going to be quite nice. Okay, so over here we want to bring in another park. And we want to do the same thing over here. Bring in another park. So you can see it's immediately helping with the surrounding areas. Okay, this is way too big, so I'm just going to bring this right down, just so I can right click and just quickly remove all the trees from that area. And the same thing over here. I'm going to do it over there as well. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to add some more of these mixed use. As I said, I wanted to do as coming in and out of the cities, or coming in and out of the highways. Perfect. Another one there. Another one there. Our population growing steadily but surely. We just reached 120,000 people. That's quite a lot of people already, so we still have a lot that we need to do. I want to put in shipping. I want to put in a metro, a subway. I want to put in the bigger airport. So we've got a lot more people that need to come and live here, that need to have jobs here, that need to be able to come and relax and chill. And then also we need to be people to have tourists coming into the cities, because these guys are battling at the moment. Okay, perfect. So done a little bit of upgrading there, a little bit of upgrading there, there, and there. And you can see these buildings have already come in. They're looking really nice. With our palm trees and the pathway and the park up the middle of the buildings. It does look really good. Okay, so I do want to eventually replace all of the lower residential, but just slowly but surely, and bring in a little bit more green space here. It's going to make a lot of people homeless, but let's just do it anyways. I think I just want to make the city prettier and less noisy. Boy, that's a lot of people that I've just made homeless. I really am very, 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 very sorry. But look how much better that looks already. It looks a million times better. Okay, and then the trolley tool. So I've just lost 2,000 population. It's really not good. For the sake of beauty and noise. But it will be better for us in the long run. So that's the reason why I'm doing such crazy things. And we can always add some more residential on the side. I'm not too concerned by it, so let's just let it build whatever it wants to in there. Bring in some low residential. Just growing it slowly but surely. Not making sure that there's these huge rushes of people coming into your city, because that's when the infrastructure starts to battle. Your road networks can't handle the capacity. You get massive congestion. You get a lot more road accidents. Then your medical services have to go out. Your police services have to go out. Your road maintenance services have to go out. It's just a mess. So it's better to just keep it efficient and working smoothly, and making sure you don't put too much stress on the network when you do want to bring people into the city, or like just grow slowly but surely. As they come in, they're going to want jobs, so you provide jobs. Provide more parks, provide more education. It really is a tiny little building that's coming there, but it's a little bit more variety, so it looks a little bit more realistic, I think. And the same thing is, we want to add another one of these parks over here, from what my memory serves me correctly. Another one there and another one there. Okay, and then I can bring in some more medium residential over there, and I can bring in some more parks and stuff. I mean, sorry, businesses next to the residential. So I'm just going to let this build whatever size buildings it wants. Whatever it decides to do, that's what I'm going to allow it to do. Okay, so so I know it's from here. We want to put in another hospital. So I'm going to put in those. There's still some trees and stuff in there. I can't believe it. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so let's just put in the welfare office first. Okay, and that allows us to bring in quite a lot of parking. So as we did on the other side, I'm going to run a little alleyway road down the back of it. And then I'm going to be able to put 3 of these underground parking lots in this space. Not only that, I'm going to be able to put one of these parking lots in that space as well. Okay, so we now have a lot of parking available for the people that live in this current area. Okay, we wanted to be hospital. So some time for spending some real money. So I'm going to upgrade it with all the facilities. Okay, I'm going to put it in another large fire station. And I'm going to upgrade it with all its facilities, or at least the ones that we can. And another police station as well. Another big one. And upgrade that with what we can. Okay, and then I'm going to run this road down the middle and that one down the middle. Remove the intersections like we've done in the past. Okay, and then we can run more parking down that side, and we can do just a single small little one on the end there, like that. And I want to put in 2 crematoriums, and I want to upgrade them with what we can. So more crematorium capacity. We're going to be able to put in a medium parking lot over there, medium parking lot over there, and we're going to be able to put in other parking lots over there. We can bring in some alleyways in between. Like that, perfect. Okay. We're basically setting up the new city center for this area. You can see some of these buildings are coming in. There are some really nice looking buildings, nice and big buildings as well. Okay, and we want to bring post services into the city, this part of the city as well. So bring in a post office. I'm going to upgrade those 2 over there. I'm going to bring in another 2 parking lots, little smaller ones. The small parking lots over there and over there. And then do the other upgrades at the back. Use the available space. Perfect. Perfect, it's looking good. Adding a lot of capacity to the city, it's amazing. Okay, so let's draw out this district. And we can add some city policies to this district as well. That's been called Briarwood Croft. That's the name of this area. I'm going to put parking on, I'm going to put recycling on, I'm going to make it a gated community, and I'm going to put energy consumption awareness on. Fantastic. Okay, so we have done quite a lot of upgrading today. We've added a few more residential, we've brought in a few more high residential offices, started expanding on our network, bought quite a lot of property, expanded our road infrastructure a little bit, added some more lumbering, and we added the tram depot for more trams. So now we have capacity, plenty capacity all across the board. I'm going to just upgrade that just because we can and we have the money. Okay, and we also have this route coming into this other city. You can see it's already being quite well used, and we have a bus route coming from there as well. I don't know if there's a bus going to come anytime soon. Maybe we can catch one in and follow it into the city if it comes anytime soon. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and catch me for more daily videos like this. I hope you have a good evening and take care. Hope you have a good day. Cheers. Bye bye.